welcome to this oracle reading. The two cards I have out here from my Kali oracle are Kali Kapali number 8, which might be significant for someone. Could be a life path number, could be the 8th month, or it could be Scorpio season. We got Smashana. So we could be talking about Aries here, or January, or just the number 1 being significant, new beginnings. And 8 is the number of abundance. So take it out if it's for you. Anyway, so Kali Kapali, she who wears the mala of skulls around her neck shall never abandon you. She shall be with you always, lifetime after lifetime, in unending tenderness and devotion, conquering that which would alienate you from your truth and creative power. Trust in the effectiveness of your prayers and requests for her assistance. Have confidence in divine intervention. No matter how dire things may seem, you shall transform a negative experience into a positive one that honors your soul. Kapali is the wearer of skulls. The Kapala Mala, or skull mala, is a version of the prayer or mala beads used to call in and strengthen divine presence by using sacred songs, repeating mantras or prayers while counting the beads. You are encouraged to speak to her from your heart about whatever is troubling you. She will do whatever it takes to release you from your suffering. This form of Kali arises in a reading when you need to know a truth. She will make sure you find it, even if you would rather continue in peaceful ignorance for a little longer. This truth, however disruptive it may be, is not a punishment. It is protection. You may not be able to see that at the time, but you will be grateful for the changes that come from her revelations later on. Skulls mark the passing of time. Trust that time can be your ally to heal and emerge anew. You will need faith, but in due course, you will see how the universe has been supporting you in all ways when you feel restored and supported again. Often, an encounter with Kali Kapali entails direct confrontation with the thing we fear the most, like a physical therapist placing pressure on a point of tension to get it to release. Kali Ma's presence can give rise to acute pain. She is not causing the pain. She is the method by which it is released. It takes a pure and courageous heart to approach Kali, for she is unpredictable and does not respond well to those who try to control her. She always defies the grasp of ego. You cannot know how or when she will enact her divine will. You may feel led right into the emotional, psychological, or physical issues that have thus far evaded healing. She gives no credit or honoring to our fears because she knows our real capacity to overcome them and awaken. Her sacred medicine breaks down our resistance and our confusion and shows us we are made of more potent stuff. Encountering her is rarely a comfortable experience, yet the pathway forward ultimately becomes more gracious because of her intervention. When Kapali manifests her presence, the powerful symbolic teachings of the skull are at play. Skulls represent an ending and also a triumph of a more powerful force, in this case, divine will, over a lesser force, in this instance, typically human ego or plans. The skull indicates a need to acknowledge that while we are a powerful divine spirit with free will and much creativity, we also need to operate within the higher power of far greater wisdom. Such a spiritual hierarchy is not oppressive in any way. It is a sacred order that keeps us safe and helps us to grow at a soul level. We have agreed to walk a particular spiritual journey this lifetime. Our empowerment comes not through resisting, but engaging with our life path. No matter how mysterious, devastating, or deeply challenging our experiences may be, Kali Kapali signifies that somehow, even out of the darkest interior struggles, suffering will give way to spiritual freedom and deep peace. Commit yourself to participating and co-creating your life path with all the passion of your mind, body, and soul, while submitting to the greater workings of your destiny with all the trust your heart can muster. The skull, especially without a jawbone, has been a symbol of those who operate outside traditional moral conventions in Eastern and Western cultures. Kali Ma is the queen of such unconventional spirits. The appearance of Kapali can be a sacred message that your soul path shall not be limited by societal conditioning of any kind. Conformity will not support your journey and would threaten to rob you of your spiritual freedom, especially at this time. She is here within you, reminding you that you have the strength to remain true to yourself, even if that means standing apart from others. Tune in to the spiritual power within. It is beyond what society understands and can offer. It will nourish, protect, inspire, and guide you through any troubles. If your path is diverging from your original plans or your journey is out of sync with those around you, trust in what is happening and know that you are within her care. Ooh, lovely message here. And our next card is Smashana. Let us see what the message is for us today, for you today. Smashana. She shines her blessing of divine deconstruction, clearing away that which undermines your confidence and inhibits your activity on your life path. With the courage born of unconditional trust, you can accept her fierce intervention in your life with openness to the positive changes that shall emerge as a result. Smashana Kali is fierce. Her presence indicates radical divine intervention. It may at first be experienced as a shock and some form of upheaval. She dwells in the taboo lands of the cremation grounds. Hers is the teaching that divine timing must prevail, and sometimes certain involvements or circumstances must end. We cannot control the workings of destiny, but we can choose how we respond to the essential ending of a chapter in our lives. Smashana can appear when we are in difficult times due to the loss of a loved one or the failure of something we had counted on, or even a more subtle inner experience of an ending we cannot link to an external event. Her presence is an indication that life as you have known it will change radically. This can be a welcome release from difficult times and prolonged cycles of suffering. Smashana is not quiet and subdued in the cremation grounds. She is wild and vital. She brings energy and aliveness to situations where there would otherwise be none. She brings about an end to stagnation that has been depleting your life force. An upheaval can give rise to uncertainty about how to manage the transition and what will come next. We must remember that in the tantric teachings, cremation grounds are not only places of death but of liberation. Kali teaches that sometimes what we have loved needs to be released so a greater love can manifest in a new form. We cannot always know why that needs to be, but we can trust Kali is acting for our benefit. We may have a fear about letting go, just as many beings fear the ultimate act of letting go, the release of the body into death itself. Kali is not a goddess of actual death. She is the goddess of the spiritual and symbolic death of the ego. Her presence is about endings that lead to beginnings. Her presence is not about death, but transformation. She not only brings to an end that which obstructs our spiritual fruition, she also manifests the path from release to re-emergence. Dwelling in the lands of the dead, she is the sacred feminine chariot that carries the soul beyond the threshold of one life cycle or chapter into the next. If you know you have come to the end of the road in some significant way and are awaiting clarity on how to cross the threshold toward whatever is next, her presence will make the path known to you. Her appearance is the portent of powerful change, Although we may not welcome it at first, we can know that because it is initiated by her wild wisdom and divine love are its underlying purpose. As we move with the changes taking place within and likely also around us, we will eventually recognize the blessings that have transformed our lives for the better. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, this is your oracle message for today.